Why, hello, you amazing, beautiful people, and welcome back to another Taylor Swift Friday. We are continuing our journey going through the entire Evermore album. We only have 2 more weeks worth of videos. We're going to do 3 of the songs today and 4 of them next week. Well, did I say I was going to do 4 this week and 3 next week? And I was going to end on a sort of surprise thing? I don't remember. We'll see. We'll play it by ear. We'll see how long the video goes on for. Maybe we'll do 4 this week or 3 next week. Either way, that's how it's going to work out. I completely forgot what my schedule actually was around this album release. What are we going to do afterwards, by the way? I'm going to leave it up to all of you to vote. Let me know in the comment section down below. What would you like to see after we do Evermore? A lot of people ask for surprise songs, which we started doing on Tuesdays. So let me know, though. What would you like to see? Is there another album or anything like that? Let me know in the comment section down below. There was something else we were going to do. I can't remember. But yeah, this channel is literally controlled by you guys. You guys decide what we do on the Friday and the Tuesday reactions. I read the comments, and I literally let all of you decide. So let me know. And if you're enjoying these reactions, please support them by pressing that like button, leaving a comment, subscribing, sharing the video. All of that stuff really, really helps, and I really appreciate it. Anyway, enough of my talking. Let's jump into my first time ever reaction. Actually, I want to point out one more thing. I recently shared a, so one of you amazing people reached out to me, one of you amazing Swifties, and told me a story. And I recently shared the post on the story. I'm not going to go into too much detail around it. But I shared the post. It's on my YouTube post page. You can see it on the main channel. And I shared the story and I shared the post, and there's a GoFundMe set up and everything. I'm not gonna go too much into it. But if you guys want to check out the story for yourself, it's a very heartwarming and heartbreaking story. You will find I'll leave a link to the GoFundMe where you can read about the story in the description of this video as well. I always feel like we should try and help people wherever we can, and as someone with a platform like I have, the simplest thing I can do is share people's stories. So, and if any of you amazing Swifties ever ask me for help, I'll always do my best to help in any way I can. Right, now I'm gonna stop talking. Let's jump into my first time ever reaction to Taylor Swift's Cowboy Like Me.
And the tennis court was covered up with some tent-like thing. And you asked me to dance, but I said dancing is a dangerous game.
Most of the Evermore songs have had a bit of a build up to them. This one gets straight into it with the vocals.
Oh, I thought this is gonna be one of those things. Now I know I'm never gonna love again. I've got some tricks up my sleeve. Takes one to know one. You're a cowboy like me. Never wanted love, just a fancy car. Now I'm waiting by the phone like I'm sitting in an airport bar.
This song feels very different from the rest, but it's hard to explain. The instrumental almost feels like the main vocalist of this song. The way it's been arranged and produced, it makes the instrumental just as loud as Taylor's vocals. So it's literally like duetting with her rather than being the backing for highlighting her vocals, which I think is on purpose because the instrumental seems very complicated, and it does create this narrative bizarrely. I don't know if any of that makes any sense. I also really love how the images of the lyric videos always give you that feeling of the song as well. It's like it feels like a picture that inspires the feelings as well as the song does.
You had some tricks up your sleeve. Takes one.
I like this duet harmony. Really.
No one. You're a cowboy like me, perched in the dark.
Oh, I like this.
Telling all the rich folks anything they wanna hear, like it could be love. I could be the way forward only if they pay for it. You're a bandit like me, eyes full of stars, hustling for the good life. Never thought I'd meet you here. It could be love. We could be the way forward, and I know I'll pay for it.
You see what I mean about the instrumental? You see the drums being heavier, the guitar being loud, the piano as well being incredibly loud. Everything just tying together beautifully with the duet of Taylor's voice, as well as the male vocalist duetting. Is that a word? On her voice as well. It all ties together really nicely. Just makes this a really head-moving song. I can't think of the best way to describe it, but it's one of those songs you immediately just kind of like rock to. You just kind of move to, you sway to. And I think that is just the way the song like has that beat, that like brilliantly addictive beat in the background. Very mellow, chilled, eyes closed in song here. Lyrically, I'm not fully breaking down the story just yet. I'm just kind of enjoying the vibes of this one. I love that guitar. Adds like an 80s kind of romance to it. Could be like by the coast now. You can hear the violin in the background as well. There's also another instrument I can't work out. It sounds like an organ, maybe like a hand organ. I love that guitar work. It takes me back to any 80s, 70s romance movie.
You're a cowboy like me, perched in the dark, telling all the rich folks anything they wanna hear, like it could be love. I could be the way for it, only if they pay for it. You're a bandit like me, eyes full of stars, hustling for the good life. Never thought I'd meet you here. It could be love. We could be the way for it, and I know I'll pay for it. The skeletons in both our closets, plotted hard to fuck this up. And the old men that I've swindled really did believe I was the one. And the ladies lunching have their stories about when you passed through town.
I honestly have no clue what this song is about. None. This is going to be one of those songs, I imagine, that when someone tells me, oh, it's about this story, everything is going to click. Usually, I would say Evermore, so far, every single song has been like, idiot-proof, I think is the best way I can describe it simply. In the sense that even someone like me can listen to it and be like, oh, this is about this. But Cowboy Like Me is the first time out of any Evermore song I've been stumped. I don't know the story. Oh, the guitar work on it is so great though.
Like the gardens of Babylon, with your boots beneath my bed, forever is the sweetest home. I had some tricks up my sleeve. Takes one to know one.
I've had tricks up my sleeve, takes one to know one, you're a cowboy like me, and then talking about everyone in this town and the way they look at our main girl, but then having this relationship with someone who is just like her, someone she's found, but both of them have a bad reputation almost, something along those lines perhaps.
You're a cowboy like me.
That guitar work is so great. I love it. Literally immediately old school romance film. Makes me think of movies like Desert Heat or Roadhouse, you know? It has that kind of energy. Anyone seen those movies?
I'm never gonna love again.
Get a Jean-Claude Van Damme or Patrick Swayze romance in there. Beautifully done song. I love how every single song says written by Taylor. Every single freaking song. That song for me feels very different. But it feels different for some pretty cool reasons. That song felt like Taylor having a duet with her instruments. more like every song so far on Evermore, I would say, highlights the story and the vocals of Taylor. The instrumental is there to build up her, is there to put her on a pedestal. The instrumental is the spotlight, and it shines on her. So she is there telling us a story. We are around a campfire, we are intently listening, and we are hanging on her every word, listening to these brilliant stories that she is telling us. And Cowboy Like Me felt the opposite, and it's the only song for me that's done that so far. And I don't know if it's simply because of how it was produced, but I don't feel like anything Taylor does is by accident. So I feel like the way the instrumental was so loud, so prominent, and so varied. So many different songs, so many different sounds, so many different instruments at work here and styles throughout the entire song. It really does create this like duet between Taylor and the other vocalist, as well as Taylor and the instruments. And I felt like the entire song felt like that, and it felt different because of it, which is probably why I didn't feel like the story was the main focus. It was other reasons, and I got lost in more of the guitar work and more of the instrumental, not just Taylor's vocals. And when Taylor was doing those softer humming tones, I felt like the instrumental really shined as well. And I honestly feel like this song, Cowboy Like Me, was one of these rare instances where Taylor wasn't trying to present a story with her voice. She was trying to present a story with the instruments, or at least hand in hand together. And I might be wrong there, but that's just my interpretation of it. And I've said this before in the past, and I've reacted to a lot of rock songs. And you get this with some rock songs too. We have such a prominent guitar work, and the lead singer will be in and out. Chris Cornell used to do that quite a lot. And it is almost a duet and a storytelling with the instruments as well as the voice. It's the same way a choir and an orchestra would work together as well. They tell the story. An orchestra could tell the story just through music. I mean, old movies didn't have any voices. They just have instruments, and they would convey the emotions. And Cowboy Like Me felt like kind of a version of something like that. That's the best way I can describe it. And maybe people agree or disagree on that one, but that's what it felt like to me on a first listen. Lyrically, the hardest song I've been able to analyze, I would say. All of the stories so far I feel like have been fairly easy to follow. That one, not so much. That one a bit tougher. Yeah. Very good song, though, but completely different. A good song for very different reasons. And it's made me realize how vastly complicated Evermore really is. I truly stand by it. I think Evermore is Taylor Swift's lyrical masterpiece of an album. I think she shined in her storytelling and her songwriting on this. And now we're going to move on to the next one, Long Story Short. Already like the design of this. This is cool. Like a 60s detective vibe.
Till the battle picked me. Misery, like the war of words I shouted in my sleep. And you passed right by. I was in the alley, surrounded on all sides. A knife cuts both ways if the shoe fits. Walking it till your high heels break.
I like this. This reminds me a little bit of I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. It's got that kind of energy, lyrically as well as instrumentally. It's got that sort of like, doesn't matter what shit's going on, I can do it. You know, I'm walking till my high heels break. It has that kind of confidence, powering energy.
Both ways if the shoe fits, walking it till your high heels break.
The way she said walk in it, love it.
Right down the rabbit hole. Long story short, it was a bad time.
I love the vibes on this one.
Long story short, it was the wrong guy.
Oh, the way she doubles that last note.
I'm all about you, right? Yeah, yeah. I'm all about you, right? Yeah, yeah. Actually, I always felt I must look better in the rear view. Missing me.
So those lines, I always felt I must look better in the rear view, means that after a relationship ends, she always felt like people would look back at their time together and be like, oh, damn, and, you know, appreciate it a bit more. Look at Taylor differently that way. Very well at putting that out there, though. that simple line is brilliantly well written, that you imagine someone driving down a road, looking in their rearview mirror and seeing the person they're leaving behind there and just thinking about how incredible they look. And that just conveys the idea of ending a relationship and bumping into someone you haven't seen a couple of months after you broke up with them and they just look incredible. Always looking better in the rear view. The instrumental and beat of this one gives like a positive spin. And the lyrics aren't that like negative either. They like add to that positivity as well. Like I said, it feels inspiring. But Taylor's vocals on this, fucking amazing. That's the part I really like. The attitude she's got in her voice, the tones.
At the golden gates they once held the keys to. When I dropped my sword, I threw it in the bushes and knocked on your door. And we live in peace, but if someone comes at us, this time I'm ready. Cause I fell from the pedestal, right down the rabbit hole. Long story short, it was a bad time.
Oh, I love that echo.
Clung to the nearest lips. Long story short, it was the wrong guy. I'm all about you.
Oh, the chorus is so good.
I'm all about you.
Really enjoying the energy on this one. Completely positive, fun, dancing, and much better, like sort of like I say better, but better is the wrong way, just because it makes me think that I didn't enjoy the other one, but that's not what I'm saying. It's like a much more vibrant, bouncy, joyful. Take the enjoy out of that. It's a smile song. You know, it's a confident and inspiring one. I fucking love it. And the vocals on the chorus, the double the double notes on the final bar of each chorus and the final word. Love it.
No more keeping score. Now I just keep you warm. No more
I love that
tug
line.
of war. Now I just know there's more. No more
So
keeping
good.
score.
Great
Now
bridge.
I just keep you warm. And my waves meet your shore ever and evermore. Past me, I wanna tell you not to get lost in these petty things.
Ever and evermore. Roll credits.
I wanna tell you not to get lost in these petty things. Your nemesis will defeat themselves before you get the chance to swing.
Oh,
And it's passing
great.
by, rare as the glimmer of a comet in the sky.
I really, really like those lyrics. Like talking to someone you're in a relationship with, understanding how things work and trying to let them know how it works, you know? Like saying to someone, don't get too involved. Don't get caught up in not liking someone or hatred for someone or a grudge against someone. Your nemesis, they will destroy each other before you can even raise a fist. So just let them crumble on their own. It's like Taylor just learning that herself and trying to pass on that message to a person she's with.
And he feels like home if the shoe fits, walking it everywhere you go.
The way she says walk in it, I love how she says that line.
Long story short, it was a bad time. Pushed from the precipice, climbed right back up the cliff. Long story short, I survived.
Oh, it changed.
I'm all about you now. I'm all about you. I'm all about you now. I'm all about you.
The message and energy of this song is so fucking heartwarming. Going through this shit, going through all these troubles, being pissed off, looking back at it like, oh man, I can't believe I went through all of this. But now, this is my person. I'm obsessed with this person. I'm going to educate this person. I love this person. I'm all about this person. This is my person. We've gone through the crap. We've built something special. Let's look after it.
I'm all about you now.
I really enjoy this song.
Long story short, it was a bad time. Long story short, I survived.
I might be completely misinterpreting this song, but it really feels like... I imagine a lot of these aren't just about relationships. A lot of these are probably about what happened with the label and stuff as well. So this song could be that too. But Taylor does that on purpose. she's a freaking genius. She writes songs where we will listen to them and they could be to us about a relationship, whether it's with a friend or someone we were romantically involved with, but they could also be about business relationships because that's how Taylor writes them. A lot of these songs that are romantic songs are business relationship songs, and this one could be the same too. It could literally be the same. It could be a business relationship, and a couple of songs on Evermore have alluded to that and have been varied around that, and this could be another one like that. But for me, taking that out of it, it felt like a song about going through shit, looking at like some like it feels very personal in a way where it literally just feels like you went through a really bad relationship, went through a really bad time, and one of two things have either happened. You're back with that person, you've mended everything that needed to be mended, and you two are solid now, and you've gone through crap together, and you know, like, all right, we've survived, we've done it, we're solid now, we're glued together, we've got this. And that is what this song is about, is looking back at the hardships to get what you have made. You know, you had to go through something rough to make a diamond. Or it is about leaving a bad relationship in your past, looking at it and realizing you survived, taking everything you've learned from it and pouring that into your new relationship. And I think both messages are sweet and touching, and it honestly could be about either. And I really like that, because for me, that's what I was taking away from it. It could also be simply about the business relationship for Taylor, and that's where the writing for it started. But what I took away from it was that, regardless of what the song was about, Taylor always leaves them open to interpretation, so us, as the listener, gets a personal attachment to them. And I very much liked the energy on this one. It felt much more bouncy, much more positive, and in an album that's been much slower and more solemn, I would say this song really stands out. Long story short, kind of shines. Where we've been sitting here slowly relaxing. It's the kind of album I imagine everyone puts on in like the later summer days, when the sun is setting but it's still like 9 or 10 p.m. and there's still like a luminous light in the sky and there's a warm breeze. You open your window, you put on Evermore, you know, you make yourself a nice drink and you sit down and you're just there listening to Evermore. It fits that kind of mood, that relaxing summer air kind of mood. Despite that it has complete wintry elements, that's the vibe I associate with. And you could do the same in winter, sitting by a fire. It is your evening company of a song. It is the transition from day to night, and in that window, when you are relaxing and unwinding and you're looking at nature outside of your window and you're unplugging or from your garden, Evermore accompanies it. And long story short, feels like that one song that comes on when you start smiling, maybe stand up, do a little boogie, and just shake it off. That's what it feels like. A really positive vibe of a song that stands out massively on this album, and I listened to it, the entirety of it, with a big old smile on my face. Very, 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 very much liked Long Story Short. I'd say that was one of my favorite songs already on Evermore. I really liked the energy of that one. And now we move on to, I would say, the last one. We'll do 4 next week. The last one of today. Marjorie? Is that how I say this? Marjorie. The only reason I'm confused is because there's no capitalization. But yeah, Marjorie. Oh.
Never be so kind, you forget to be clever.
Have I heard this one before? Why do I feel like I have?
Never be so clever, you forget to be kind.
I have. Haven't I?
And if I didn't know better, I'd think you were talking to me now.
Is this a song about the house? I feel like I have heard Marjorie before, right? Is this a song about the house? The instrumental really gives me Baba O'Reilly vibes. Why have I got goosebumps? Let me just check. Marjorie. Is this the song about the house? And the town? It's not coming up. Maybe I've heard a live version of it before. Maybe.
If I didn't know better, I think you were still around. What died didn't stay.
I have heard this. I have, yep. Yeah, I remember.
You're alive in my head. What died didn't stay dead. What died didn't stay stay dead. You're alive, so alive.
Wait a second. Wait a freaking second. Wait a second. Wait a second. I feel like I'm remembering. It's her grandmother. It's her grandmother. I remember we did react to this. I remember. Wasn't her grandmother a singer? Isn't she? Is she included in this version? I remember now.
Dead, you're alive, so alive.
I remember.
Never be so polite, you forget your power. Never wield such power, you forget to be polite.
Is that her grandmother? She looks amazing.
If I didn't know better, I think you were listening to me now. If I didn't know better, I think you were still around. What died didn't stay dead. What died didn't stay dead. You're alive in my head. What died didn't stay dead. What died didn't stay dead. You're alive, so alive.
What an incredible... Oh, man. What an incredible lyric video. All of the images, all of the pictures showcasing this journey. It really makes you look at your own family as well. Makes you realize and think about your grandparents, your great-grandparents, all of these stories, much like we are seeing here, all of these tales of love and romance and kindling. Just think, all of that had to happen. Like, all the romances and stories we have in our lives, our parents, our grandparents, our great-grandparents, all of them had stories similar that created the freaking generation of families that led to us. There's stories like this all behind us. And I love that Taylor is showcasing it through these images. We're getting to see her grandmother here and see her story unfold.
I didn't stay dead. You're alive, so alive.
Beautiful lyric video.
The autumn chill that wakes me up. You love the amber sky so much. Long limbs and frozen swims. You'd always go past where our feet could touch. And I complained the whole way there. The car ride back and up the stairs. I should have asked you questions. I should have asked you how to be.
Her grandmother's beautiful, by the way. She's beautiful. The lyrics are kind of breaking me a little bit here. Oh, man. I should have asked you questions. I should have asked you this. We always feel like that when we lose someone. I was never that close to my gran. She's a strong Scottish woman, and I was never really close to her. And in her last final years, I got really close to her. Like, closer than anyone in my family. And I used to speak to her all the time. And it was really nice. And she met my wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, and she really liked her, and we got really close. And she died before we got married of cancer, and she never got to meet my boys. And yeah, it's a really beautiful song. I love this.
I should have asked you questions.
I love how this has been done.
Asked you how to be. Asked you to write it down for me. Should have kept every grocery store receipt, 'cause every scrap of you would be taken from me. Watched as you signed your name, Marjorie. All your closets of backlog dreams, and how you left them all to me. What died didn't stay dead. What died didn't stay dead. You're alive in my head. What died didn't stay dead. What died didn't stay dead. You're alive, so alive.
I love these lyrics. They are beautifully well written, not only showcasing the story of Marjorie, but reminding people who have gone through loss at the same time that people can live on through your memory is that no one's ever truly gone as long as they are here. I always say that there is no difference to someone walking out of a room as to someone passing away. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but that's what I truly believe, because right now there are people in my life I can't see. They are not here with me right now. And the people who I have lost and the people who are just in other towns are all in here right now. Exactly the same, completely equal, living on in here.
And if I didn't know better, I think you were singing to me now. If I didn't know better, I think you were still around. I know better, but I still feel you all around. I know better, but you're still around.
That's a pretty good song to end on, right? God, the timing worked out pretty well. I was like, we'll do one more. We'll do one more. Maybe we'll do 4. No, that's definitely the right song to end on. I've heard Marjorie before, but it didn't hit me like this. But I remember after I heard it, I had a lot of you Swifties telling me about the story behind it. And yeah, it didn't hit like this. It feels different this time. I find myself inserting myself into the song and my family and my stories, and that attachment is there because Taylor leaves it there. Because I always feel like whenever she writes a song, she never completes it. She writes a song and leaves one piece of the puzzle out every single time on purpose. And that piece of the puzzle is us. It is us to slot into the song. It is us to put ourselves in the song. She creates a song broken on purpose because we complete it. And I always feel like that with her music. Taylor builds these puzzles, beautiful, complex pictures, but will leave one part of it, one part of the perfect painting out so we can fill in that gap. And that is why so many of us relate and hear our songs and say the classic Swiftie quotes like, this is about me. She's writing this about me. It's because she does. She's so open and vulnerable with her stories and she's a person. And this will sound just obvious, but the thing with a lot of celebrities and artists and musicians is they're so detached from us that their music becomes detached and we don't relate, and we listen to it and we go, I don't drive 10 Lamborghinis, go to the club and do all of this. This isn't my life. And when we listen to it, we have no personal relationship. We don't tie ourselves to the songs, which is why we enjoy the music, but there's something missing. And Taylor, somehow being one of the most successful people on this planet, just breaking records left, right, and center, being a billionaire, and just being ascended above all of us. If we're being honest, she is. Somehow writes songs like this. Somehow feels real and honest and genuine, and that's because she is. That's because she's gone through all of this. Even though Taylor may live a life now that seems vastly complex and mind-blowingly far beyond what we can all understand, she's still the same, and she still went through the same things we did. She still went to high school, still had all these love stories, still has a family like we all do, and she lets us see that. And songs like Marjorie show that. It is a beautiful showcase of her love for her grandmother, sharing her stories and her pictures and videos with all of us, and showing us how just stunning she was, and how strong she was, and how influential she was on Taylor. And yeah, it hits. It is an incredibly stunning song. It is a beautiful, beautiful homage, is that the right word, to her grand Marjorie. Yeah. And it's a lovely, inspiring, and heartwarming song for all of us to remember that people don't go forever. We remember them. We are the stories we leave behind. All we are is memories. That's it. At the end of the day, all a person can ever be is memories. The more stories you share, the more memories you create with people, that is what immortalizes us. It's not our body. It's not our physical form in any way. It is simply memories. And Taylor highlighted that beautifully in this song. Saying that she still feels her, that she's still there, that it feels like she never left. And if I didn't know better, I'd think you were still here, but sadly, I know better. Yeah, that's touching. Anyway, I'm going to end the reaction there. I hope you all enjoyed it. It's been a while since I got hit by like this. I hope you all enjoyed it. We'll be finishing Evermore next week. Let me know what you guys would like to take over these Friday Taylor Swift slots in the comment section down below. I'll see what you guys are all liking, which comments get the most likes and stuff. So let me know down below, and have a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, my friends, you will see me in the next video.